Welcome to the SMGs in PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. I've received a lot of requests to make a vector video, but it might be a lot easier for you if you can see the stats of all the SMGs in one single video. So today I will compare all the SMGs in Battlegrounds. Let's start with the Micro Uzi. The original Uzi is an Israeli open bolt, blowback operated submachine gun. Later they decided to make it even smaller and then they called it the Micro Uzi. In Battlegrounds they warn you so that you don't shoot yourself in the foot. Well, can happen, right? But they also tell you to spray, and that's what this gun is all about. It's probably the best description that I can give you. Spray and pray. But it's still good enough to earn you that chicken dinner. An initial damage of 23 is not exactly what I would call great, and you're going to need to fire a lot of bullets if you want to kill the next guy. Luckily, the Micro Uzi has got you covered. The time between shots is extremely good, only 0.048 seconds. This means that you can fire 1250 rounds per minute. This is great, but it also means that it's not so easy to control. It suffers from a base spread of 5.5 and this is quite high, same goes for the deviation. The initial bullet speed is okay with 350 meters per second and you can even zero it from 100 until 200 meters. Isn't that great that they allow you to do that? I haven't even done that once with this weapon because the thought never even crossed my mind. Anyway, you can get 25 rounds per mag and you are going to need a lot of 9mm ammo because when you pull the trigger it will only take 1.78 seconds to get rid of all of those rounds. This means that you can fire 14.1 bullets per second. Luckily we're able to change the fire mode from single to auto. I don't know how fast you can click, but I would like to see you do better than 1.78 seconds to click 25 times. Good luck with that one. So it speaks for itself that you should put it to auto as soon as possible. The reload times are on the longer side for pretty much every SMG. This includes the Micro Uzi. It needs 3.1 seconds for an empty reload and 2.5 seconds for a tactical reload. This is a reload with bullets left. The Uzi also suffers from a base spread of 2.3, which is higher than the base spread of the other SMGs, but I will compare them later. Some of these stats are pretty good. That is why it comes at no surprise that the Uzi can deal a lot of damage per second, 324 to be precise. The damage model looks pretty bad on paper, but it only looks at what one single bullet can do. But we all know that the strength of the Uzi lies in the amount of bullets that it can fire, so take the following stats with a grain of salt. You know that one bullet can cause 23 damage. This means that you will need 5 bullets to kill. An enemy with a level 1 vest needs 7 bullets, a level 2 vest needs 8 and the best vest needs 10. So you better don't miss or try to go for the head. 2 bullets is all it takes to kill. 1 more bullet for a level 1 helmet, same goes for level 2 and our favorite helmet needs 4. Now I could make another video about how to kill a guy with a level 3 vest faster with the Micro Uzi, and we all know that we have to go for the arms and the legs, right? In that case you will only need 9 bullets to kill instead of 10. Since it only takes 0.048 seconds longer to fire that one extra bullet, I don't think it's going to matter that much. Besides, the chances of you missing at least one bullet when you aim for the poor guy's arms or legs are relatively high. The Micro Uzi comes with a few attachments as well. An extended quick draw and a quick draw mag, and a flash hider, a suppressor and a stock for a Micro Uzi. All these items make the weapon more user friendly and you will find these things lying around all over the place, so you shouldn't have any issues with improving your gun. Unfortunately, we cannot attach a scope, so bad luck for the guys who want to put the zero range to 200 and then they want to attach an 8x scope. All of these attachments can also be used on a UMP and on a vector except for the stock for a Micro Uzi. So, we now have a basic starting point. I will give you a quick introduction to the other SMGs and then we can compare all of them. UMP stands for Universale Maschinenpistole. This means Universal Submachine Gun, and yes, it comes from Germany. It's a successor of the MP5. The Vector stands for Chris Vector, because it's developed by Chris USA. Now, I just went to their website because I would love to tell you what Chris means, but I have absolutely no clue. The only thing what I saw was this: purchase Vector, receive a Vortex. Now, if you would tell this to your mother, and she knows what you're talking about, then you probably have the coolest mother on the planet. The Tommy gun is one of the most recognizable weapons in the world, so I will save you the introduction. And finally the stats. The award for the SMG with the best hit damage in PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds goes to the Tommy gun with 38. Followed by the UMP9 with 35, the Vector with 31 and then there is the Micro Uzi with only 23, but you know why. The time between shots is by far better for the Uzi and the only weapon that comes close is the Vector with 0.055 seconds. The loser in this regard is the UMP with 0.092 seconds. This results in a rate of fire of only 652 rounds per minute. The base spread comparison is very simple, 5.5 for the Uzi and 4.5 for the rest. A similar pattern for the deviation with 2.1 for the other SMGs. The initial bullet speed contest is won by the UMP with 400 meters per second, followed by the Uzi, then the Vector with 300 and last but not least the Tommy gun with 280 meters per second. There is something very particular when you look at the zero range. You can change the UMP from 100 to 300 and the Tommy gun goes up to 200, but you cannot change the Vector. On top of that, it's set to only 50. This is the first time in these weapon guides that we see this. All the other weapons are set to 100 by default, except for this one. This also means that you will have to adjust your aim from the start. The crazy thing is that the Vector only comes with a magazine capacity of 13 bullets, and that's it. I ran out of ammo in the middle of a gunfight, and so did you, I guess. It's an incredibly low number. I find that it's so low that I actively look for an extended magazine, so I can bring the number up to 25. Otherwise, I probably won't use it. The UMP is better with 30 and then the Tommy gun with, well, 100 rounds per magazine, thank you very much. The UMP and the Uzi use 9mm ammo and the other two use 45 ACP. I'm sure that it comes at no surprise that you're going to need 11 seconds to empty the Tommy gun's drum magazine. The Vector can do the same thing in only 0.99 seconds, and the UMP needs 3.42 seconds. A better comparison is the amount of bullets they can fire per second. 8.8 versus 9.1 versus 13.2 versus 14.1. The Uzi and the Tommy gun can be used in single fire or in fully automatic, and the other two also have the option to select burst. The reload times of the UMP is almost an exact copy of the reload times of the micro Uzi. It just needs 0.05 seconds longer for a tactical reload. Surprisingly, the Tommy gun only needs 3.45 seconds for an empty reload. It always seems a lot longer, but it's great knowing that you're able to do that with 100 rounds. A tactical reload is still better, and for that it needs 2.85 seconds. The Vector clearly wins this round, with only 2.2 seconds for an empty reload and 2.1 seconds for a tactical reload. In other words, it doesn't matter that much because the difference is so small. Since you only have 13 bullets to start with, it's very likely that you're going to need that last one as well, so don't bother saving it for the tactical reload. When we look at the damage per second, we can see that the Vector is a clear winner with 409. The other weapons hover around 320 DPS. The damage model of the Tommy gun is an exact copy of the damage model of the UMP9, because they both have an initial damage of 35. So when I mention the UMP, know that it's also valid for the Tommy gun. The Vector on the other side has an initial damage of only 31. This means that the micro Uzi has the lowest amount of damage, followed by the Vector and then the UMP. Generally speaking, the Vector always needs one extra bullet compared to the UMP, except when your enemy is wearing a level 1 vest. In that case, they both need 5 bullets. The Uzi always needs a few more than that. The headshot damage is remarkably similar when you look at the Vector and the UMP. The only difference is that the Vector needs one extra bullet against the level 2 helmet and that's it. The rest is exactly the same. If you decide to go for the arms or the legs, then you will only need 6 bullets with the UMP and 7 bullets with the Vector. So you can only take advantage of this if you manage to find a Vector or a micro Uzi. I could go over all the attachments, but most of the stuff is relatively obvious. The main difference is the fact that the Vector can equip a tactical stock for the M416, and both of them can attach a scope, but nothing better than a 4x scope. Everybody has his own personal preference. I just hope that I was able to give you a better understanding of the pros and cons of all the SMGs. Use them as you see fit, on your way to your chicken dinner. And by the way, the YouTube likes and shares are very helpful to me. If you think that this video is worthy, would you mind taking a moment to like this video and to share it with all your buddies. This was Fog of Gaming, thanks for watching, and I will see you in Battlegrounds.